Hey, what's going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I'm back for another TMNT Rant Rave review for this week's episode entitled Neutralize. So it starts out with Raph and Casey Jones, doing the vigilante thing, patrolling the area, looking for Krangg, chasing after Krangg. They have a case of plutonium, and at first we're like, what the heck is the plutonium for? And you realize that Casey Jones, other than having an ego, is having a little bit of trouble keeping up with Raphael, as to be expected. Raph mentions this to him, but he doesn't want to hear it. So they track down the Krangg, and while they're about to get into a fight, they find out that pieces of the Krangg droids and everything have already been taken care of by who? Well, it's Slash. Slash is back, and this is crazy because he has turned into some sort of a anti-hero. You know what I mean? He's got a thing against the Krangg, and for a minute he's got a thing against the Turtles. But when he meets up with Raphael and mentions betrayal and all that, Raphael was like, you know what? You gotta let go of the past. You're still holding on to the past, huh? They find the Neutralizer has teamed up with Slash, which I think is a pretty good, pretty interesting combination. We get to hear the Neutralizer's voice, and I have to say, I like it, even though you can tell they tweaked it a little bit. We have a little bit of background as to how him and Slash met. He rescued Slash from the Krangg, and then from that point on, they decided to take down the Krangg by any means necessary together. So they're they're brothers in spirit, and I think that was a pretty cool dynamic. The other focus between Raph and Casey is to be expected, but it wasn't as interesting as Slash and Neutralizer teaming up to me. They have this new tech that they stole from the Krangg. They got this, they got these teleporters, which allow them to be pretty much anywhere. There's a plan that the Krangg have involving a brand new weapon, which is pretty much a mecha walker, and it design is very simplistic, very cool, just blasting things everywhere. But they're testing it at the docks at midnight. Very that I don't know why exactly they had to choose that day and time, but whatever. It's just it's just a nitpick. There is a little Easter egg in this episode. If you look at one of the buildings while Slash and Raph are fighting, it's very reminiscent of the 1987 Turtles. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna spoil that for you. But as far as this episode goes, I like it. It was decent. It would have been nice to see both Slash and Raph, Slash and Neutralizer more, have the floor more than than the other Turtles, because they're really interesting characters, and putting them together in this kind of in kind of this this vigilante. One guy is just going out for revenge, while the other one is trying to, do what he thinks is right, but at the same time, doesn't want to hurt anybody. Slash has morals. You know what I'm saying? Even though when we first meet, when he's first mutated and getting his revenge on the Turtles, he has no. It doesn't look like he just savaged them. In the first time he was introduced. Second time we see him, it was a rescue mission. They had to rescue him and the rest of the Turtles. Third time we see him, he's teamed up with another mutant and taking down the Krangg, dozens at a time. You see Krangg droids everywhere, all through the city. The Turtles have to patrol the city to figure out who's doing what to whom. Oh, and one little other thing. Donatello's still using the roach, those spy roaches. I thought that was pretty cool. I would have thought after his last experience in the first season, they probably would have done something else. But it was pretty cool to see spy roach. Just a little nice little thing that they added in there. As far as the episode as a whole, I know that the Neutralizer is supposed to come back. Slash has become another favorite character of mine. He's not, he's not like the cold-hearted, vengeful guy that he was when he first mutated. This time, but this time around, after being saved by Raph and the rest of the turtles, and and Casey Jones in a way, he's like, I will see, thanks a lot, brother. I will see you again next time, and then teleport away. As far as Casey Jones goes, Casey Jones and Raph are kindred spirits. Okay, they both are hotheads. But Casey Jones, being being a kid, I mean, they're all teenagers. They're acting the way teenagers would, with those type of kind of inflated egos. But I think that him saving the turtles was a nice touch, and this episode was pretty cool. It would have just been nice to see more Slash and Neutralizer, and then maybe have the turtles come in later. But that's just me and a few other people. But what do you guys think of this episode? What do you think of the team up between Slash and Neutralizer? Would you like to see them have their, because obviously now they're on different sides. So, would you like to see them have their, fight, have their, beef go on? What's going on with the plutonium? What do you think the Neutralizer has planned? And what do you think of Casey Jones? Do you think he can keep up, or do you think he's got too much of an ego to sit on the bench? I mean, this is Casey Jones after all. He's not the vigilante that we know yet, but he obviously is getting there. He's taking the steps to get there. So what do you guys think of this episode? Comment below, let me know, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, love, and never be normal.